Today, we have another guest with us, Mrinalini. Her name is Mrinalini Majumdar. I'll give a bit of an intro about her, and then she'll also tell a bit about herself. So, Mrinalini, as we call her, Mini, is currently pursuing her master's in design in human-centered design from Srishti Institute in Bangalore. She has her bachelor's in information technology from SRM Institute of Science and Technology, where we actually met, and since then I've seen her life unfold, and it's been amazing to watch her. Actually, it's not the same for her, because she has to live with every decision you make, every mistake you make, every loss that comes, personally, professionally. Of course, you grow with it. It's easy for us, being outside to look inside, but she has to live through everything. And she has risen like a phoenix from all the work that she has done. So today we'll talk about career she has in design. Why did she change from information technology to a design career? What was all the noise she heard, to make that change, and how she came up with it? Thank you very much, Mini, for being with us here today. How are you? How's
Hi,
everything going
hi,
on?
Abhay. Yeah, all good over here. Final semester, so
In your last semester, you kind of are away from the courses that you had to do, but at the same time, you have to apply what you read all through the years, right?
yeah. So mostly in college, we have learned a lot about how to do research. So when it comes to like the design that I'm doing, it's divided into two. It's UI designing and UX. So in college, we have learned a lot about UX, and I've done a lot of internships. So from that, I've learned a lot about UI. So that's how there's both of them converge, and then just basically using both of them in day-to-day life, yeah,
Right.
and in
So
capstone also.
yeah, of course, that's what you do. But what I wanted to ask is, why did you make this change? What triggered you to go from an IT field to doing a bachelor's in information technology, right, at SRM, and then you shifted to a
Yeah.
design field? Why did you do that? Why did you make that change?
So basically, I've always been interested in art. So I know a lot of art forms, but design is very different. Design is not art. And that's the mistake most people make, where they think that design and art are kind of the same. Yes, you need to have a lot of creativity for both. That's where I think, both of them meet. But design is different because art is something you can do for yourself, and whatever you make, the person who is on the other end, even if they want to buy it, they have to accept it the way it is. But that's not the case with design is very client based. So it took me a while to understand this difference. So when before applying for my engineering colleges, I wanted to apply for design colleges as well, and then I saw that design is very different, it's not art. And that's
Right.
when I took a decision of going the Indian parent safe way of doing engineering first as a backup plan. And so that's how I got into IT,
Mm-hmm.
and then we met in SRM.
Yeah.
So so in my third year of engineering, I started researching about design as to what I would want to do. And the field of design that I've chosen, engineering, kind of helps me out because it's UI designing. So what the coding that I've learned in engineering, specifically HTML, CSS, all of that helps me out to understand that the UI that I make, it should be easy for the developers to use it.
Okay.
So which is why I have chosen this kind of a field which has design, it has creativity also, and somewhere my background in engineering also helps in this. So like it's so
So
yeah.
you make designs which are tech savvy. Is that a good way to
Tech
define it?
savvy, actually not tech savvy. It is something very user specific.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm currently designing an app which is for old people. So uh, according to that target audience, so I make, so old people are not that tech savvy.
Yeah.
They are not as tech savvy as us. I mean, some
Yeah.
people are, but then this is a very general thing that
Yeah.
they are not as tech savvy as we are. So
As we are.
how to make their UI very simple, like how to make it so simple for them to use it. I mean, so that they don't have a bad experience with it. Honestly,
Right.
so that's about
You
it.
also at the same time you keep in mind about the target audience or the customer, and you also keep in mind about the people who would make the app or make the design, the
Yeah,
developers
so
and people like
yeah,
that.
kind of sandwich. Yeah, kind of sandwich
Yeah, the
between.
sandwich in between is you,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
So we have to keep them in
Mm-hmm.
like in mind. That is the UX part, like
Yeah.
the user experience. And
Yes.
then when we make the user interface, the UI, that's when we
Yeah.
keep the developers in mind. So
Right.
we have to keep
So
both in
using a
mind
mixture
and
of both
yeah.
UI and UX in your work.
Yeah,
Great, great, great.
definitely.
That's great. So, what is design to you? You have been learning design. What if you had to, tell design to yourself? What is design to you?
I think design for me has become my whole life. My whole life revolves around designing because anything now that, even if I see something, I was going on my scooty that day and I was riding
Mm-hmm.
it, and there's design in that also. There's automobile design in that.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to a store, then there is, design of the whole store, how it is, where
Of course,
everything
yeah.
is placed. And so it's like once you get into design, everything kind of starts, um, you start perceiving everything very differently. So design has become my whole life in that way. I'm either designing here or I'm drawing something which is also some kind of design, doodling, or everything is basically, and also designing is creativity. It all comes under the creativity bracket. So I think like to do designing, you really have to be very creative, think out of the box.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, so design
I
is my
agree.
entire life right now.
Yeah, I agree with your part when you say that design is in almost everything we do. The laptop, the computers that we use, that we see, has a design to it.
Yeah. When it comes to clothes, then it's fashion designing. If
It's
it
fashion
comes
design,
to if it comes to, your chair, table, all of that, it comes to furniture designing.
furniture design.
Yeah. When it comes to making some kind of product, it's product
Mhm.
designing, industrial designing, automobile
Right.
designing, as I said. So if you use an app, that's UI designing. And if
That's
you
your
have a bad
designing. Yeah.
experience with it, then it's UX designing. I mean, design is everywhere, honestly.
Right.
We don't realize it until unless we get into the field and think very deep about it. We don't really realize, but actually, design is everywhere.
Right. It's so much ingrained into us, into our surroundings, that we do not actually
Yeah,
see it there. Yeah.
exactly. And it kind of, it gets overshadowed by the looks and probably the visuals of the places, that we don't realize that, okay, it's like, behind this, there is some kind of design sense that has gone into it. So it's very inside. I mean, it's
Exactly.
overshadowed and it's like behind the mask kind of a thing. Like the mask
Like
is
a
what you see,
playback
but
singer, so to say. Like a playback
yeah,
singer.
so to say.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. That's a good comparison, though.
Yeah. It's there in the background. It's there. Right.
So
But
that's
because
yeah, that's what design
everything
is
just
all about.
overshadows it. Yeah.
Design, yeah. So it's not out in the spotlight basically, but
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
there and it's everywhere, and people should start acknowledging it.
As you know, yeah, you did a bachelor's in engineering in information technology. You said that that helped you in understanding what kind of a design would be easier in terms of UI, for the developers to make. Anything else that a bachelor's in information technology taught you?
Um, as I keep saying, academically, I have not learned much in my
Mm-hmm.
bachelor's. Nonetheless, my experiences with people
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
understanding. So, like in design, understanding people is very important. Understanding their thinking, the psychology behind what they are doing is very important. And that
Can
is
you
something I
elaborate
have
on
learned.
that, and why? I'm so interested in this. Understanding
So,
people. Why?
understanding people definitely, because every person has a specific way of perceiving and doing something. Like your timetable of your day will be very different from mine.
Okay.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
very and that kind of depends on where you stay, what kind of food you eat, and all of that, and when do you wake up. It all depends on that. So when it comes to human psychology and understanding people, it's very important because we are like here on we are going to
Mm-hmm.
design for them.
Yeah.
And when you meet more number of people and you understand their perspectives and from what walks of life they have come from,
Yeah.
then you have more understanding of what to design and for whom.
Right.
So I think
Yeah.
that is what SRM has given me, because SRM, though it was in Tamil Nadu, it had people from all over India.
It did.
So like, yeah, so and all my friends are from all over the place. And it was really amazing, like, understanding from what backgrounds they came from, and every person has a different background. And so that's
sure.
kind of, so all this comes under UX and understanding human psychology. Even you're bringing up kind of affects as to what you would do in your day-to-day life.
Of course, the psychology is
So
affected by how you brought up, what are the experiences that you had. Right?
exactly. So then, all that is, it's all very interconnected, and it's like a neural network. So yeah.
Are you taught like this psychology perspective in your college during your
We are
design courses?
more. So the psychology perspective is something, I don't know. I mean, unless you do a psychology course, I don't think you can actually learn it. Learning through theories and textbooks will always be there, but to actually understand human psychology, you have to get out there and talk to people.
But it's not like taught in your design course.
No. I mean, like for us, it's mostly they teach us about how to research, how to actually talk to people, how to stage an interview and all of that.
Okay.
But actually bringing out insights from what they say. So a lot of people do two different, I mean, like they might say something, but they might be thinking something else. And through their body language and their words, you kind of get that insight as to what they actually mean. And that is what human psychology is.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what human psychology is. I mean, like just understanding, okay, if a person is saying, I really like this, and then makes a disgusting face, inside that person actually doesn't like it and is trying to show that, okay, I like it because, I acknowledge that you have got this for me, or something like that.
Right.
So these are all insights that you bring out from one kind of situation or something. I mean, like something like that. Yeah.
Understood. Yeah, that's true, because a lot can be told by a person's actions rather than his words. That's
Exactly.
A lot can be told by that.
Reading body language also is very important in human psychology.
It is.
It all goes hand in hand, basically. So.
For sure. Yeah. I would like to go back, when you were doing your undergrad, you were doing a T-Tech, and you were planning to do a design course. Were there any tests that you gave, anything that you prepared for, any coaching that you took? How did you prepare for that?
Technically, I had taken coaching for NID and SEED. Because,
can you repeat that? Sorry. NID and
SEED. So NID is basically National Institute of Design in Bangalore. Okay. It's in Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and Guwahati, and there are like many places which have NID as well. So it's kind of the best designing college in India. It's a government college. Yeah, and SEED is for the IITs. So
SEED, is that SEED?
No. It's CEED.
CEED. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's Common Entrance Exam for Design. That's the full form of it.
Okay, CEED. Okay.
Yeah. So so SEED is basically it's a bit tougher because because it's an IIT, they end up asking questions related to so there's some at least little bit of maths in it. You might not use it in design as such, but yeah, the quantitative part is a bit difficult.
Okay.
So in NID, mostly it's all about drawing, how powerful your drawing skills are. Something, it's intangible, but UI is tangible, right? So they generally check only the UI part. They don't actually check the UX part of it. So I think that's what is lacking. But yeah, so these are there. And then where I'm studying, I had to give an interview and they selected me based on the portfolio I made.
Okay.
And then they took my interview, and then the selection happened. So
Okay.
they have a proper entrance test now where, it's more about qualitative design, like understanding patterns. I give you 4 boxes with a specific pattern. What
Right.
will be the next box?
Okay.
So it's not quantitative, but yeah, it kind of checks your, visual skills as well.
So for this, you gave NIT and CET, the C you gave. And
Yeah,
you
I
got
gave an
selected into
IDC.
Shrishti using NIT through your NIT test or your C?
No. Shishti was more about we had to fill a form, and they asked for my portfolio. So that's how the selection happened. They
So you
just
need to
asked
also have a
for,
portfolio beforehand, before you do any test or anything else.
yeah. So that's why, which is why I was saying that it's good to always, read about design before you actually want to pursue it. Work on a few projects, and uh, touchwood, I had a really nice internship before joining Shrishti, so that work kind of helped me a lot.
That's
And
great.
I learned a lot about UX from that internship, because I was a UX researcher there. So
UX
yeah,
researcher.
I mean, like, it's good to have some sort of, uh, it shouldn't be a very hi-fi portfolio, but
Yeah.
even if you have done some very basic art or something like that, even that really helps. Pages out of your notebook, somewhere where you have made doodles and all of that.
Okay.
And one thing I tell designers, like, it's very important to stay creative is always to have some kind of sketchbook with you
Okay.
wherever you go, just to take
Mhm.
notes or to draw something. And whatever you feel like,
Yeah.
just put it down on paper. And so
Could you
wherever
show
you
us
go,
some of the
you'll be
artwork
just,
you did?
this is really bad though. So
No, go ahead.
I watched Interstellar, so I made cars
Okay.
from Interstellar.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then this is the raw Ranger from Interstellar.
So you're just watching the movie or the video and you're just drawing?
Yeah, just while watching it, I draw. And I
Okay.
recently saw Bohemian Rhapsody. So this is
Okay. That's
Freddie
great.
Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Freddie Mercury. And I recently went to this place called Hampi, and it was a backpacking trip.
Yeah.
So just scribbled a backpack.
Oh, okay.
And
That's great. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, like, and this is what Hampi is known for. It's the stone chariot.
Oh, right. Yeah. The Grand
Yeah,
Chariot.
I have a
Yes.
picture of it here also. But so I mean, like, yeah. So we drove through Hampi.
Okay.
A friend of mine drove through on a Navi. It's kind of a merger of a scooty and a bike. So just scribble
Okay.
that. So
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
that's great. Yeah.
it's always like, what
You
you
never know where
see.
inspiration will strike you, so just have that with yourself.
Exactly. And when you put it down on paper, and you make your perception of something, it's much better, and it clicks much better because it gives you ideas. It's like an idea generating thing, which is
Exactly.
very important for designers.
Thank you very much for watching the first part of this interview with Mini. Do watch the second part that's coming out next week. Do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.